But the other piece of news that came out, your boy, James Cameron is back. And he just can't help himself. I feel like he tries, but he gets in front of the camera and he loses himself. He's back out here talking again. This time he brought back an old love and mentioned Terminator. When you say James Cameron Terminator, yeah, James Cameron not in Terminator. Ugh. So the idea is that he's thinking that at least he's saying that there might be talks of a reboot.
Well, he said the talks are happening.
Yeah, the talks are happening.
How, when it happens, that's a whole different conversation.
Terminator's coming back. And he said the word direct. Like he might direct.
Yeah.
Which, between you and I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it.
Listen.
He's going to market it.
I'm only interested in anything Terminator if James Cameron comes back to direct. If he's not directing, I don't care. This is very similar to James Wan and his horror franchise. I don't care about the vast majority of his horror spinoffs because he gives it to directors that usually, spit out garbage. Like they don't. I think the Annabelle director, Sandberg, I think his first Annabelle was terrible. The second one was actually good. But it was like, out of 5, 6, 7 spinoffs, none of them have really been all that good. And if James Wan is not directing, I don't care. If James Cameron's not directing, I don't care. Because they're just not good. The properties are not strong enough to carry on because clearly the originators know more or they just have a better sense of these things. And even Cameron was saying, like Genesis, Terminator Genesis, was that the one with the old Sarah Connor and the old Arnold, I think? Whatever the latest one was.
Yeah, whatever.
He was saying that, it messed up because it was too old people focused.
But that was the one he insisted on them coming back. Man, that was also the one that he produced and said, no, you got to bring them back.
I could throw a lawsuit on him because I remember specifically this man going on an advertising campaign, the marketing campaign, saying this is the best Terminator ever, and I love this Terminator, and blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, all right, man. All right, bro. I ain't going to listen to no more marketing for you at all because I seen the movie, and that was not the case.
I've been off this high wagon of Terminators. I actually did the unthinkable. I don't know if I should be admitting this openly, but I saw Terminator 3 in theaters, y'all.
Woo! Yikes.
I really sat down, watched I think it was the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Let them joints hype me up with Lena Headey into thinking that these movies might be making a comeback. And I sat down and I watched it. Arnold was in that one too.
Nope. Yeah. Arnold's not enough. And the thing is that technology has gone up. Like we're not in the 80s, 90s anymore. We actually have AI today. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that was so cool about it in the past was these things seemed kind of so far off. I mean, we barely had internet, you know what I'm saying, back then. So at that point, it seemed like such a far off concept. It was cool to kind of be in La La Land with that stuff. But now, I mean, think about it. With the more recent time Terminator movies, people was like, wait, these
Dark Fate,
far advanced technology, why don't they just go back in time further? Why don't they just do, you know what I'm saying? Like there were so many things people were like, if y'all can time travel, why don't y'all just do this? Why don't y'all just do that? Why don't y'all just send a big old transformer into the past and squash everybody? Like, what are y'all doing? Reasons. It makes no sense.
Reasons.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think the time is over for Terminator. If James Cameron comes in and he wants to throw something original out there, I'm for it. Because James Cameron don't miss. Okay, he does not miss.
Oh, no, you're going to get an amazing movie.
You're going to get a great movie. Even if he repeats another story, you're still going to get a good movie.
Yeah. He can literally remake his own movies.
Right. Man, he could make Terminator meets Lion King, and it's still gonna be great.
Yes, 100% with you on that.
But this trying to give it off to somebody else.
I'm looking at like his films that he's produced and the ones that he's handed off to other directors. So when you look at that Terminator Dark Fate with, it was directed by Tim Miller. I think he did the first Deadpool movie. And then what else he did? He did Alita, and he gave that to Robert Rodriguez. Now,
wasn't bad.
So, nah, it wasn't bad. But here's the thing. I felt like it was Robert Rodriguez trying to do his best James Cameron impersonation. Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't feel like a Robert Rodriguez movie. I done seen, Machete and Spy Kids and stuff like that. When it didn't really feel like a full Robert Rodriguez movie.
Sure.
And I hear...
You don't think Cameron's on set giving notes? Cameron gets...
Or on Zoom or whatever the case may be.
I mean, Cameron does impose his opinions on the things that he produces.
Same way with like when Steven Spielberg produces something. He'd be like, he gives some clip notes.
Spielberg in the film.
Exactly.
Yes.
My thing is that he's talking about he wants to hire. He said his approach would be this because it doesn't seem like he really likes the idea of other directors just stepping in and putting their own stamp on stuff. He wants to train like an apprentice.
You talking about for Avatar?
Not just for Avatar, because he tried this stuff with Alita, right? He made Robert Rodriguez his apprentice to direct the movie that he wanted to direct himself. So yes, Avatar is the most recent example of him using this logic, but he's been saying this for a while.
I don't think he wants to train people for everything. I think it comes more so from the technology standpoint. Like there's certain tech that he works with or, whatever, visual effects or whatever, where he's like, all right, this thing is so, because he does set the bar when it comes to VFX. Like,
yeah,
whenever James Cameron does
wanted him to direct Alita.
I mean, he pushes the envelope with his VFX company and everything. So for him, he's like, yo, this stuff is so detailed. I do have to show people because it's that new. But I don't think he's going to teach people how to direct, nothing like that.
I'm not going to sit here and say I saw something in Avatar 2 that was new.
We could also.
All right, so
I mean, we could be spoiled. Like it could be to the point. It could be to the point where the technology is going to eventually plateau, and at some point, the stuff is just going to look real. Like, it's just going to look as real as possible. And there is no heightened level beyond that, So we just, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens and where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with this. I'm excited to see what he says in the news. He's one of those people like Gunn that I'm excited to hear when he puts something out there.
I do.
All right. He's going to say something.
Unlike a lot of people, he can back up everything.
Yo, I love his shit, Tom.
He can back up everything
I love it.
That he wants to say or do.
He 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the major news leading up into this holiday weekend. I mean, I don't know if we really wanted or expected anything else to talk about. I'm okay with coasting for the rest of the year. But that's the end of the little bit of headlines that we had for this week. Thank you guys for checking in. If you guys like these videos, you like me and E-Man doing these correct opinions, do me a big favor. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It does a huge service for us. If you guys could do that for us, it helps us out so much. Otherwise, we're going to have to check you guys later. Peace.